So the lamp of the body is the eye, is Matthew 5:22. And for a long, long time, people have read that and seen that the eyes are a mirror to the soul, or that we get our light through the eyes. So if your eye is clear, you will have light. But as we'll see, there's an ancient way of viewing eyes that I think is going to be interesting to you. It certainly has been fascinating to me over time. Saying the eye is the lamp of the body for an ancient person would have been, I can see because my body, my eyes shine out a light and illuminate the things in front of me. It's like headlights or like lamps, right? Because when you say something is the lamp of the body, lamps emit light. They aren't windows, right? And I think many interpreters, both preachers and scholar interpreters, have looked at it through modern eyes, where we know the eyes uh, kind of receive signals or receive stimuli, but an ancient mind wouldn't have thought that way. And so the eye is the lamp of the body means the eye produces sight rather than receiving the signals that give us sight. And here's a commentator who puts it this way. W.D. Davies is, it should be an E, Davies with an I-E. Um, he's one of the best scholars in the last 100 years at understanding the Jewish context of Jesus' sayings in the Sermon on the Mount. And so what we're going to run into this evening in this section of Matthew 6 is a whole lot of stuff that would have been common in Jewish teaching at the time, including teaching about the eye. Here's how Davies puts it. Pre-modern people tended to believe that the eyes contain a fire or a light, and that this fire or light is what makes sight possible. The vast majority of modern commentators have understood Matthew 6:22 and 23 to mean that the eyes are like a window. Light enters the body through the eye. This interpretation is anachronistic. So, the scientific age gives us access to how eyes work, but pre-modern humanity thought the thing that I've been talking about, that eyes project light, don't reflect light or receive light. And that's just a fun thing to know, because when we read scripture, we're crossing 20 centuries of time. And sometimes we forget that. And we think that Jesus was talking from a scientific, post-scientific, post-enlightenment age, and he wasn't. So every once in a while, it's good for us to check in on the ancientness of this text and of the sensibilities of the people to whom Jesus taught. Here's how he goes on. So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light in you is darkness, how great is the darkness? Now, those of you who've read the prep guide know that there was in Hebrew teaching a good eye and a bad eye, or a good eye and an evil eye. Unhealthy and healthy are the way the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition translate this. But the literal meaning is, so if your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light you have is darkness, how great is the darkness, right? But this good eye and this bad eye kind of have specific valence to relationship with money, as we'll talk about in a minute here. The good eye is a generous eye, and the bad eye is a stingy or miserly eye. That is, the eye sort of reflects the disposition of the person toward material wealth, or toward have and have not. And so here are a couple of passages that bear that out. This is from Proverbs 22:9. Those who are generous are blessed, for they share their bread with the poor. The word behind generous is good eye, literally in Hebrew, right? Ayin tov, good eye. And in the second passage, 23, 6 through 7 of Proverbs, do not eat the bread of the stingy, do not desire their delicacies, for like a hair in the throat, so are they. It's a lovely image. Um, it's do not eat the bread of the bad eye or the evil eye, the person with an evil eye. So when we ask, what did Jesus mean by the lamp of the body is the eye? If your eye is good, your whole body will be filled with light. If your eye is bad, your whole body will be filled with darkness. If then the only light you have is darkness, the darkness will be doubly dark, right? I first learned this by memorizing my script for Godspell 40 years ago, but not a bad text to memorize. It just often gets abstracted or left outside the flow of this chapter. It's treated as if, oh, this is about looking at things well or badly. But it's a money related passage. Notice generosity versus stinginess. If your eye is good, you're a generous person. If your eye is bad, you hoard and hold on to as opposed to being generous.